Hello, welcome to the Lunch and Chat with Leslie show. I'm your host, Leslie Parker. Thank you for tuning in into this live, informative, educational, and entertaining podcast that airs every Tuesday at 7 p.m. This new talk show was put together for you and the community and anyone else who wants to connect. At first I was going to play a pre-recorded segment, but I strongly felt the need to check in on people, if that's okay with you. That's why tonight's segment is about mental wellness checkup. I'm going to first share my personal views with you, and you're welcome to share your views as well in the chat box, okay? And then afterwards, I will provide some key information from mental wellness experts that I think you will find very helpful and interesting. But first, I want to ask you, how are you doing? Really, are you okay? Well, the reason why I'm asking you these questions is to let you know that it's okay to talk about the things that don't sit well with you. Being honest with yourself, is the first step to feeling better. So the subject tonight will give you a clear insight on why you should have a mental wellness checkup, along with a physical checkup. Also, why it's important to check up on others and how to maintain mental strength. Now, I want to put it out here that I'm not a clinical doctor or professional therapist. So if your situation does require expert medical advice, then please reach out to your doctor. What I'm doing is I'm simply using this platform to share some valuable information with you that I felt has helped me, and perhaps it can help you as well. I'm going to share with you something that Zig Ziglar said, first of all. He said, we all need a daily checkup from the neck up to avoid that stinking thinking, which is ultimately leads to hardening of the attitudes. Now, I know it sounds funny, but it's true. As a person thinks he is or she is, so is the mind. He or she thinks that way. So it's important to really, check yourself, as they say, before you wreck yourself. So I'm going to go into what the mental health experts have said. And this is coming from Dr. Smither Bandardi. This article was written by Michelle Taylor, and it's about getting that mental health checkup. So you may go to the doctor, as I mentioned to you before, to get a regular checkup on your body, but what about your mind? Isn't that interesting? We don't think about going to the doctors to check on our mind. And before I go into the article, I'm just going to share this with you. I work in healthcare, and believe it or not, the doctors that I work with, there are 18 different doctors, and their goal is to make sure to keep their patients out of the hospital. Well, we're so busy. We check on this, the high blood pressure, check on the sugar level and everything else. But all those things have an effect on the mental state as well. So that's why they've incorporated certain measures that are requirements now for doctors, especially primary care doctors, to incorporate depression screening, because it has been a known fact that depression can lead to other physical ailments. When you're not able to talk about what's going on with you, or even it don't have to be anything chronically, you don't have a mental illness, but you may just go through anxiety, and keeping that anxiety within is going to do nothing but hurt you and harm you. And I'm going to go over certain facts about that, what you need to do to avoid, that anxiety. But I'm going to take you into this article right now. And basically, the doctor says everyone deals with tough times, but even happy events like a new job, a marriage, or even a new baby can add stress. Now, I do know some people that have kids. They just had a brand new baby a couple years ago, and it's something different. It's something that you're not used to doing. All of a sudden, you got this new person you like to take care of, but it can add stress, as beautiful as it is. So it's good to just evaluate and check yourself every now and then. All right, then the doctor says, how do you know when stress starts taking a toll on your mental health? Well, if you have any of the 5 symptoms, according to the doctor, for more than a few weeks, it may be time to get a mental checkup. Grouchiness. So I don't know about you, but are you typically a happy person? She says that, are you normally a happy person, but lately you find yourself blowing up over small things or arguing with friends or family? It could be a sign of some mental or emotional issues. This is another doctor from Sarah Hightower. She's a licensed counselor. It could be depression or anxiety. So this isn't the same as a minor mood change. So that's something to pay attention to if you have grouchiness. Sleeplessness. Oh my gosh. I don't know about you. I drink too much coffee for one. And I find myself not being able to get enough sleep. Many Americans don't get enough sleep, but they just assume they need to roll with it. Well, of course, that's not healthy. Lack of sleep can really affect you physically, emotionally, and psychologically. And once a doctor has ruled out medical conditions like your thyroid problems and chronic pain that keeps you from sleeping, it's time to talk to someone who may be able to explore mental and emotional causes for it. Difficulty being with people. Often the first sign of depression is when you don't want to socialize. According to this doctor, you don't want to socialize with people and you start avoiding people. You stop interacting on social media. So if you find yourself checking out, you might want to ask yourself why. Eating more, eating less. Of course, I've heard that if you overeat, something's stressing you out. And if you don't eat as much either, something could be stressing you as well. So both of these are just as bad. So according to a review from the Harvard Medical School, found that short-term stress may cause a loss of your appetite, while long-term stress will increase the hormone cortisol, which raises your appetite. And you can't relax. If you're always wound up with a racing mind, it could be a symptom of anxiety. Unlike depression that often comes and goes, but anxiety can be a constant thing that can be easily overlooked. And it's part of your life. So people can live with it for years without realizing that they have this. We have a hard time knowing how to relax. As Americans says, Kanika Bell Thomas, she is a doctor and she's the owner of a psychotherapy place and consulting services. She says that anxiety often shows up with physical symptoms like your headache, maybe you have bad headaches, tight shoulders, upset stomach, and breathing problems, which can cause the focus to be on a physical rather than mental. That's why, I feel as though it's good that you have your conversation with your doctor. I remember I was feeling really anxious at one time, and I was too embarrassed to tell my doctor that I was feeling this anxiety or feeling nervous. This was some years ago. This is when I was at Verizon Wireless, and I'm gonna tell you, the job gave me a headache. But I mean, I thank God for that job. But it really left me feeling very nervous and worried about my job, dreaming of. I couldn't sleep at night, so I always had to just make sure that I got enough rest, because I just didn't feel like myself working on a job like that. And that's really part of job stress. It's okay to get help. That's what I want to let you know. Don't let misbeliefs stop you from seeking support. Now, there are some myths, that I want to share with you. Number one myth, that you can handle it on your own. Assuming you can handle your own mental health, wow, that's crazy. Would be just like attempting to perform your own medical care, says Bell. She is the doctor that mentioned this. The other extreme is feeling that friends, family, spiritual advisors should be enough when they can actually complement the support from telling you to go see a professional. Myth number two, it's a sign of weakness. So if you're out there and you feel like what you're going through is a sign of weakness, please don't believe that. If anything, it's a sign of strength that shows that you're not too proud, or you're not too, worried. You don't worry about what people think. So it is important, if you are feeling that you need to get help, get a mental checkup, by all means do so. Myth number three, mental health care is for crazy people. That's not true. I'm not crazy. You're not crazy. And I know other people out there that have gone through anxiety, they're not crazy. So getting the help you need is very important. Myth number four is too expensive. Now, there are some job programs that they call it the EAPs, which is employee assistance programs, they have this, that they can cover certain sessions. So maybe you want to reach out to your employer if they can cover this for you. But don't put it off, please. And this article, again, it was by Douglas Jacobs, the founder of Mental Health Incorporated. I want to make sure I give him credit. So everyone is familiar with the concept of a periodic medical checkup, right? Some sort of scheduled doctor's visit to check your blood, as I mentioned to you, your weight, and other physical benchmarks. But the notion of a regular mental health checkup is less established, unfortunately, perhaps because of historical stigmas and mental illness. But taking a periodic stock of your emotional well-being can help identify the warning signs. And, you know, growing up, unfortunately, that was just something that we didn't talk about, was mental wellness. But I wanted to put the segment together tonight just to check on you, for you to kind of open up and share your views. Have you ever felt stress? Have you ever felt, anxious? And what do you do when you feel that way? Please share your views with me. So I'm going to show you just a really short video. I thought it was worth watching. Give me 1 second. I'm going to share this with you.
Here are 6 habits that hurt your mental health. Before we begin, we would like to mention that this video is created for educational purposes only and is not intended to substitute a professional diagnosis. If you suspect you may have a mental health condition, we highly advise you to seek help from a qualified mental health professional. Number 1. Perfectionism. Would you describe yourself as a perfectionist? On the positive side, being a perfectionist can ensure that anything you do will be done to the highest possible standards, which can make you very valuable, be it at your workplace or at home. However, if your perfectionism is making you set standards that are impossible to reach, or that constantly feel like anything worse than perfect is a complete failure, then this habit will end up hurting your mental health. It may even lead to feelings of uncertainty, distress, the development of fear of failure, and anxiety from being judged. Ultimately, your own self-esteem and self-confidence may take a heavy hit because of the unrealistically high expectations you have for yourself. Number 2. Lack of physical exercise. When was the last time you had any physical exercise? Not only is it necessary and good to help you sustain good physical health, but it can also benefit your mental health as well. According to research, physical exercise can help you maintain good mental health through the chemical and hormonal reactions in your body. When you exercise, your body releases endorphins, which are responsible for suppressing chemicals or radicals that are related to depression, anxiety, and stress. So you may want to consider adding exercise to your daily routine to improve your mood. Number 3. Overuse of social media. How much time do you spend scrolling through social media? The overuse of social media can be a habit that harms your mental health. According to Child Mind Institute, the overuse of social media can promote anxiety and lead to issues with self-esteem in teenagers and adults. Perhaps you're scrolling through your Instagram or Facebook and see posts of people you envy, and you start comparing your life to theirs. This habit to look at the highlights of other people's lives may bring up doubts or insecurities that you have of yourself and worsen your overall mood. Number 4. Taking life too seriously. Have you ever laughed so hard you almost cried? Sometimes, when you take your life too seriously, you can end up hurting your mental health.
Please laugh more.
Perhaps you've had a small and silly mistake, but instead of laughing it off, you focus on why you made the mistake, or you keep feeling guilty or ashamed about it. Many studies show that laughter has incredible benefits for both your physical and mental health.
Look at that.
This is because laughter can help your body release endorphins and lower your stress hormones. So, next time, you might want to try to look at the funny side of things, as it may help you put things into perspective and improve your overall mental well-being. Number 5. Not sleeping enough. How much sleep do you usually get? Sometimes you may get caught up in your work and you end up sacrificing your sleep to get things done, but this habit can really harm your mental health in the long run. Lack of sleep makes it very hard for your brain cells to communicate properly. The Sleep Health Foundation states that 60% to 90% of patients with depression also suffer from insomnia. A lack of sleep prevents both your body and mind from resting and recovering from the stresses of the day. And, of course, if this builds up over time, the state of your body and mind will worsen. And number 6, regretting too often.
Oh my God.
Do you spend a lot of time thinking of things that happened in the past?
What if
Perhaps there was an opportunity you wish you would have taken, or a relationship you wish you didn't let go of. Whatever it is, spending all your time ruminating over the past and feeling guilty or ashamed of it can negatively affect your mental well-being. While it's normal to have regrets about the past, having the habit to get stuck in those negative thoughts and feelings can eventually lead to feelings of depression, anxiety, and the development of sleep problems. So, did you relate to any of the points we've mentioned? I did. Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and share this video with those who might benefit from it. Subscribe.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. I thought it was cute. It was very informative. It was fun. And again, I decided to do this video on mental wellness checkup because, sometimes we get caught up with our own life. We get busy working or school, whatever it is, taking care of our kids, and we forget to just check on people. I talk to people quite often, even on my job, I talk to people, and I can kind of sense or feel that they're going through something. It's like, it's overwhelming. It's like, I feel like we all are in this rat race. So we got to find some balance to take care of ourselves, to take care of each other. And, I always say sharing is caring. And that's what I just wanted to do for you tonight. I just wanted to share some information with you because I care about you. And I wanted to just remind you to just please, the next time you go to the doctors, to just go ahead and, get a mental wellness checkup too while you're there. It doesn't mean that please don't worry about being stigmatized or being ostracized or whatever. The more you talk about it, the better you will be at it. Now, I have a few comments here. All right. All right. Okay. All right, Marsha. Oh, thank you, Marsha. Marsha said she has a great topic, and she's my cousin from Virginia. And Letty Price also is my relative. She's a cousin from Baltimore. She said she agreed. I hope that you guys really got some good information from this. When I do things, I just, I do feel like it's God inspired because we all have to work things out or to help each other. And I have some fun things coming down the pipe. I'll talk to you about it next Tuesday, what will be coming. My daughter and I will be trying to put something together for everyone, for the community, so we all can have that laughter and that fun back. I have another viewer here. Julie. Hey, Julie. How are you doing? Good video, Les. Thanks for sharing. Oh, you're welcome. I appreciate you always coming on. That's a blessing. Thank you. And you're right. Sharing is caring. I'm going to keep it going. Then maybe I should get a shirt. Sharing is caring. I need to take it with me daily. Absolutely. So I thank everyone, that connects with me, whether tonight or later on. Please share this video with your friends, family members, or, someone you think that might benefit from this. But I thank you, and I want to just tell you to please have a good night, and to remember to make every day count. Good night.